Peterson.
Yeah. What's up, guys? How we doing? I'm Danny.
I'm Riley. What's going on, guys?
We are Music Mayhem with R&D.
Yes, we are.
We are back. We just finished doing a little bit of a reaction video to the new Korn song.
Yep.
Which I don't remember for some reason.
Yeah.
You'll never find me. I think so.
Something like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're right with that. So.
Don't judge us, okay?
Right. Okay, so look up the song and leave it in the comments.
Right.
So,
go, that's a reason to go back into our channel just to begin with.
Correct. And that was a great plug, sir. So, yes, please like, subscribe, do whatever you got to do.
Absolutely.
But we are going to go ahead and get into another reaction video right now. It is featuring, the name of the band is Silverstein.
Something like that.
Never heard of them.
I have not either.
But nonetheless, it is featuring Caleb Shomo, who is the lead singer of a band that you and I love very, very much, in Beartooth.
Love Caleb.
So we are really doing this reaction video to see how Caleb's voice will translate onto somebody else's music.
Well, you know what? To be fair, because it's somebody that we've never really heard of, as much as I'm interested to hear Caleb, I'm almost kind of interested to see how Silverstein is as well. If Caleb is willing enough to do a collaboration or a feature with them, right? Because we've seen good feature videos from bands that maybe we haven't really known well. Speaking of like Nothing More, when it goes to Don't Stop and having Jacoby from Papa Roach and other types of things. Yep. So I will be interested to see how their sound is in general, because maybe this ends up being another band. Would be like, okay, maybe we need to look into these guys more.
That would literally be the best case scenario.
Absolutely. But obviously we have no idea what we're about to hear.
Right.
But we know that somebody that we love to hear is in it. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. We will pause intermittently like we usually do. Give you our thoughts. We'll try to play the song in its entirety because it's only 3 minutes really. And we'll give you guys, what we think. So with that being said, this is Silverstein featuring Caleb from Beartooth. It's called Burn It Down. Let's ride into it a little bit.
Kind of has a little bit of a Beartooth feel to it. Just not as heavy with the guitar. It's
maybe a little softer on the lead singer right away.
I woke up in a dark place. I try to see straight, but it's all a blur. I just want to see your face, but I'm shivering, looking for a kerosene cure. Rider of fortune, ride from a fire lit by the dead. I saw the start of the eyes and whispered, let's burn it down. There's no way out. I can reach you like a response speed. You can't slow.
All right, so my initial thought process on this song, granted it's only 48 seconds into it, so there isn't really much that we've gotten into yet.
Yeah.
But I will tell you now that for me personally, this sounds way too poppy and way too mainstream.
Well, I think even on a different aspect, I do agree with that a little bit. I think that, and maybe this is just me being someone who is like, okay, Caleb's in it, so I expect a certain sound to a certain extent, even though I know it's another band that's just featuring him. Well, like you said, it had kind of like a Beartooth start to it a little bit when it comes to that fast-paced little go. But the one thing that's great about Beartooth that I haven't heard yet in this song that maybe we will get is that his voice is almost being projected at the same level that the instrumentals are being played at. His voice is not being projected higher to where you're really getting the full hit of his voice over the instrumentals. Whether the instrumentals are good or not, it seems like he's just kind of there with the rest of it, and it's not really giving you maybe that punch that you're looking for. Yeah. Even though we are only 48 seconds in, maybe there will be that moment where he kind of stands out and maybe gets higher, but that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm wanting, because right now
Yeah.
it's all kind of
It's
at the
also
same.
not-
It's all at the same level.
It's also not out of the question that when it does start to break down a little bit, that's when you hear Caleb.
And that's fair.
You know?
So let's see if we get to that point.
Right. Well, we will. You know, just a question of,
Right.
do we pause it before that? And talk more shit?
Right.
Okay. Sounds like it's leading into the second verse. Yeah. That's not bad. I think that's both of them. That's two guys.
And screaming in the back.
Yeah, right.
That's certainly him in the
That's
back.
what it is. That's Caleb. That's not Caleb. I don't mind this song.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, you know what? I will say this: as much as we kind of had our little bit of criticism there in the first bit, I like the chorus. You know, as much as it is kind of mainstreamy, if you will, the chorus is kind of catchy.
It is.
It's not bad. The voice, the guy's voice isn't terrible. It's not Caleb for sure.
Well, right.
So it's hard to judge because you're expecting something when you're not getting it. But this is a band, again, that we are completely unfamiliar with. But after you got kind of past that initial little hit where it seemed like it was going to just be over poppy, if you will, as opposed to rockish, the chorus is nice. I like the chorus. Now that we've had like that moment where you can tell that both of their voices are intertwined a little bit, I want to see if maybe they give Caleb a moment where he's
feature.
by himself and you can be like, okay, that's why they brought him into this song.
Well, we've already gotten into first verse, first chorus, second verse, second chorus. Now there's got to be a change in direction just to keep the song interesting. Because if you just go back,
even if it's Caleb singing as opposed to screaming,
whatever it is, but there needs to be a different instrumental.
Yeah.
Between now and the next minute and 20 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To keep the song interesting, because if not, it's just very stagnant and very.
And it's just another random song that
and
is going to go by the wayside.
And when you said that that the chorus is catchy, that's the epitome of mainstream. That's the epitome of mainstream.
Sure.
I'm not a fan of mainstream. So, we'll figure it out. We got a minute and 20 seconds left. We'll probably just let it ride, maybe talk a little bit over.
Yeah.
But the ending of the song.
Let's
Here
see.
we go.
Let's see. That's Caleb. Drop it, Caleb. I wish it was harder.
So do I.
I wish it was harder.
But I like it though. It's really not bad. Dude, he sounds so good, it's fucking retarded. Okay. They did it the right way. This was good. Yeah, longer chords.
Yeah, it's not going into the exit, if you will. All right.
I like that.
Okay.
That was actually really good. When we were talking about there has to be a change in instrumental,
It went right into it.
It absolutely. They let Caleb shine for a second, and that was the best part of the vocals.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not saying that as being a homer. I'm not a fan of the other guy's voice, but You got Caleb for what Caleb does.
I don't think that the other guy's voice is bad. I just don't know that for what it was, like, as much as I like Caleb, and I don't know this band, for me, having that, and maybe this is just me, like, knowing the other bands that we follow and knowing that the lead person is capable of doing both.
Right.
It's almost one of those, why couldn't that guy just fucking just been able to do both of those? You know what I mean?
He can't.
Maybe not. Maybe not. But it wasn't like Caleb did an over-exuberant part where you were like, this guy couldn't have screamed it.
No.
No, I know you could pick out Caleb's voice out of anything else, but in my opinion, as much as that was the best part of the song was when he came in, and maybe that is me being a homer for him, and that's why I love listening to Beartooth. If you've never heard Beartooth, and you like rock, listen to goddamn Beartooth, because that shit is on another fucking level with Of Mice and Men. I'm sorry, those are the two best new rock bands, in my opinion, out right now. Period. But this guy should have been able to, the lead singer for Silverstein should have been able to bring more to the table, in my opinion, than just that singing voice.
Well,
you should have been able to raise it an octave. You should have been able to,
or drop it an octave,
or something.
Right. Well, I'll tell you this, and at some point, maybe not today because it is late as fuck. But maybe not today, but another time we'll dig into another Silverstein song to see if that guy's capable of doing that. Because if he's not capable of doing it, it was one of those things where it's like, okay, we're going to try to bring it with this song a little bit. We need a little bit of help.
Yeah.
And you're the guy to do it.
Yeah.
So
I guess
would you be
fair.
down with doing that?
I guess that's
well,
fair.
let me hear the instrumentals. I guarantee you that's what he said. Let me hear the instrumentals.
Right. Okay.
Okay, we can do this.
You're starting out with this. Okay. You want to bring me into this? You need to give me this, and then let me drop into it and stuff like that.
He might not have been as forceful as you need to do this, but okay, before I commit, can we try this?
Maybe tweak a little bit.
You know, give me that guitar.
Yeah.
Instead of doing this, can we do this?
Yeah.
You know, and that's probably how that went.
The song wasn't terrible.
It was good. I don't mind the song at all.
I don't either. I don't know that I would go out of my way again to listen to it necessarily, but I would say that if it came onto the radio or if it came onto my Pandora or whatever, I wouldn't go out of my way to change it.
Right.
I mean, I would agree with kind of how, like, the last song, you kind of gave it that inch up. I would give it the inch up.
As would I.
I wouldn't go all the way up. I wouldn't even go 3/4 of the way up. I'd just nudge it up a little bit.
Yep.
It's okay. And maybe if it's one of those where it grows on me, I'm good. I'm good with that.
Overall, not a bad song.
Not terrible.
Certainly listenable. Comes on. I'm not going to change it.
Could have been better, though.
Absolutely.
Could have been better.
It could have been better. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
And like I said, maybe we'll do another Silverstein reaction video at some point.
Yeah.
Just to see if they can
compare.
You know?
Right.
So, nonetheless, I'm Danny.
I'm Riley.
We are Music Mayhem with R&D.
Thank you guys for watching.
Subscribe, all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
We are going to go ahead and sign off for the night, but we will see you guys soon because we are impatiently waiting a fucking Of Mice and Men album and the Slipknot album.
And while we're waiting for that,
and the Bad Wolves album.
While we're waiting for that, why don't you motherfuckers drop us some goddamn suggestions?
Right.
Drop us something. I don't care how ridiculous it is. Drop us something.
Right.
I know we haven't done this in a little while, but I feel like we haven't done it in a while because we haven't gotten a whole lot of feedback recently.
That's right.
I don't care how ridiculous it is. Right. Old, new, out of our genre, in our genre. Yep. I don't care. Drop us something.
Nonetheless, y'all have a great night.
Yeah, man. We love you guys.
We'll see you soon.
We'll talk to you soon.